Mystery 6 million to be traced after Chuwit outwits detractors again by calling in the police to investigate. Over the last 6 weeks, Mr. Chuwit's anti-corruption crusade has moved on to politics, and his attacks on the Bhumjaithai Party, which he has labeled the Mad Marijuana Party, have led to fears that his campaign has become divisive. He is reported to have been very disturbed by the attempt to discredit him and his campaign by whoever was behind the cash payment made at his hotel in Sukhumvit by 2 as yet unidentified men. Top lawyer Bhumjaithai Party reported to the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, in Bangkok on Thursday after, earlier this week, Mr. Chuwit visit met the Police Division Chief Police Lieutenant General Arafat Friday and offered to turn over 6 million purportedly paid to him in early February in an attempted bribe for his silence. The money, in cash, was contained in 2 paper bags delivered to his hotel in the Sukhumvit area of the city. Mr. Chuwit subsequently, within days, donated the money to 2 Bangkok hospitals, who later returned it after Mr. Bhumjaithai gave a press conference exposing the cash payments. Mr. Chuwit, who claims the attempted bribe was an effort to discredit him and his whistleblowing activism, has now tasked the police with tracing the source and origins of the money. Top lawyer Bhumjaithai Party, on Thursday, visited the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, Central Investigation Police Reporting Center on the Phaholiothan Road in the Chachuchok area of Bangkok at 5 p.m. and stayed until 7:30 p.m. approximately. It followed a visit between Mr. Chuwit visit and Police Lieutenant General Arafat Friday on Tuesday, which is to be followed by a visit on Friday where the anti-corruption activist will hand over 6 million in cash, an attempted bribe paid to him in early February which he had originally donated to charity. A Thai lawyer who held a press conference last week to expose the payment of 6 million to whistleblower and activist Chuwit visit, on Thursday, reported to the Crime Suppression Division, CSD, after Mr. Chuwit responded with his own maneuver in recent days by volunteering to turn over the 6 million through his own lawyer, Mr. Ranangkai Chayade, to senior police authorities led by Police Lieutenant General Arafat Friday so that the source of the monies can be investigated. Mr. Chuwit, it is understood, believes that the money was offered to him by sources trying to undermine his campaign of anti-corruption activism. Chuwit admitted to quickly having received the bags of cash but revealed that the money had been donated to 2 Bangkok hospitals within days by him. When details of the payment were revealed by well-known Thai lawyer and human rights campaigner Mr. Bhumjaithai Party last week, Mr. Chuwit visit promptly countered that the monies in question, delivered to his hotel by 2 as yet unidentified men who are believed to have links with the police and law enforcement, had been immediately donated by him to 2 well-known and loved Bangkok institutions, Sairaraj and Thammasat University hospitals. The monies were paid over to Sairaraj Hospital on Valentine's Day and the day after to Thammasat University Hospital on February 15 Last Friday, the Dean of the Mahidol University's Faculty of Medicine at Sairaraj Hospital, Professor Apichata Savamongkalkul, confirmed that the monies had been returned to Mr. Chuwit and that when he presented the hospital with a check, he was issued with a receipt for legal and financial administration purposes in accordance with the law. Later I learned that the money may have been linked to an illegal business. The Faculty of Medicine at Sairaraj Hospital has not been idle about this. We will return the money to Chuwit as soon as possible, Professor Apichat explained just after news of the cash payments emerged. Whistleblower responded this week by saying he would hand over the attempted bribe to the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, to trace its origins. On the same day, Mr. Chuwit responded by telling his social media followers that he would present the money to the police to have its origins investigated. He had earlier openly admitted that he believed the money was paid to him ostensibly by a senior police officer who is under investigation because of his links to illegal gambling sites, but that this had not influenced him and he had promptly donated the money to a good cause, suspecting, all along, a hidden motive. On Tuesday, the former massage parlor tycoon and politician met with top police officer Police Lieutenant General Arafat and gave testimony concerning the affair, explaining that he sincerely did not accept the money as a bribe for his silence and requested that the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, seize the funds now returned to him and pursue the origin of the payment. Well-dressed emissaries with bags of cash critical to the next phase in this emerging controversy, shining a light on the dark world of Thai corruption. At his press conference last week, Mr. Sukhumvit by a banker showed a blurred image of two well-dressed men presenting two bags each containing 3 million in cash to an associate of Mr. Chuwit at the Davis Hotel in the upmarket Sukhumvit area of Bangkok, which the tycoon owns and which has hosted his memorable press conferences over the past 6 months, which have rocked the establishment in Thailand, seen thousands of Chinese gang members under investigation or take flight while smashing a huge Chinese triad network which has built up in the kingdom over the last decade. In recent weeks, Mr. Chuwit has opened fire on political targets including the Bhumjaithai Party and its highly controversial cannabis legalization campaign, vowing to oppose it in the coming election and labeling it as the Mad Marijuana Party, tapping into a strong grassroots feeling in the country that is opposed to the legalization of the drug. Chuwit has come under fire for his attacks on cannabis legalization and the Bhumjaithai Party, or as he puts it, the Mad Marijuana Party. Chuwit has called for the general election to be used by the public as a referendum on the cannabis issue and its widespread legalization in June last year, ushered in by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Public Health, Anutin Charnvirakul. General election turns into a referendum on pot as Chuwit calls on the public to kick out Bhumjaithai. Top Royal Thai police officers under scrutiny over links to huge illegal online gambling cash flows. At the same time, there is a strong and vocal support base for the legalization of the drug, not least among Western expats living in Thailand, and this has led to Mr. Chuwit's latest campaign being criticized by observers who have warned that he risks alienating a key cohort of public opinion that had supported his anti-corruption crusade. In the shorter term, this week's controversy over the 6 million donation has led to the waters being muddied in respect of Mr. Chuwit's activist efforts, with his detractors accusing him of using his special information to extort money, while the activist has told his followers that his actions on receipt of the cash show that he did not gain personally from it. Chuwit prayed at a local temple seeking inspiration after being disturbed by the campaign against him. He has admitted to being disturbed by the revelations which led him this week to seek inspiration by praying at a local temple. After revealing that he had donated the cash received to the two hospitals, the tycoon was subsequently accused of benefiting from an alleged 50 million cryptocurrency transfer through his son, a claim the activist has violently denounced as untrue. Inquiry finds that Police Chief in Narathiwat Province went rogue and advises charges against 3 officers. This led Mr. Chuwit to strike back this week through his lawyer, another highly respected whistleblower and anti-corruption campaigner whose expose last year into police collusion with criminals in the south, in Narathiwat, led to the removal of the police chief in the province, Mr. Anangkai Chayade. The lawyer activist, on behalf of Mr. Chuwit, commenced legal proceedings against Mr. Sukhumvit by a banker, or Lawyer Tam as he is known, seeking 100 million in damages. Mr. Anangkai made a range of claims in a press conference this week detailing the lawsuit and suggested that third parties were behind the actions of Mr. Sukhumvit. He said these people, who had hired the services of Mr. Sukhumvit, sought nothing, more or less, than to undermine, discredit and damage Mr. Chuwit. Whistleblower met with Lieutenant General Girafat Day of the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, on Tuesday and set the investigation in motion. A meeting between Mr. Chuwit and Police Lieutenant General Girafat of the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, on Tuesday, March 28, 2023, has led the senior police officer to appoint a lead investigator into the case who will begin work immediately. Following this, the lawyer, Mr. Sukhumvit, who has no connection with the bribe except for information he may be a party to, reported on Thursday at 5 p.m. to provide information to police as a witness in an unpublicized visit to the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, reporting center on the Phaholiothan Road in the Chatuchak area of Bangkok. The high-profile lawyer was in the building for 2.5 hours, and it is understood he gave a full statement to police to assist them with their inquiries into the controversy over the cash payment to Mr. Chuwit. It is understood that, on Friday, Mr. Chuwit himself will return to the Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, to bring 6 million in cash destined to be handed over to police authorities and seized.